This is lesson 5 of ESSLCE mathematics, which includes question number 26 to question number 39 of University Entrance Examination of the year 2012-2013 Ethiopian calendar. Question number 26. The function f of x is equal to x minus 1 the power of 2 over 3 is differentiable on. Differentiability tells us about whether the first derivative of a given function is continuous or not. Hence, let's first determine the first derivative of f of x and then determine the interval of which it's continuous. F derivative of x is equal to, taking 2 over 3 to the front, we will find 2 over 3 times x minus 1 the power of 2 over 3 minus 1 times the derivative of the stuff inside the bracket, which is equal to 2 over 3 times x minus 1 the power of 2 over 3 minus 1 means 2 over 3 minus 3 over 3. 2 over 3 minus 3 over 3 is negative 1 over 3 times the derivative of x is 1 minus the derivative of 1 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1, which is equal to 2 over 3 times x minus 1 the power of negative 1 over 3 means 1 over x minus 1 the power of 1 over 3, which is equal to 2 times 1 is 2 divided by 3 times x minus 1 the power of 1 over 3 is 3x minus 3 times x minus 1 the power of 1 over 3. X minus 1 is at the denominator and hence it should be different from 0. Thus the function is differentiable on all values of x except x is equal to 1, meaning the interval, the first derivative of f is continuous and hence the function is differentiable is negative infinity, 1 union 1, infinity. The correct answer is not given, or none of the alternatives can be the correct answer. Question number 27. Which of the following is an interval at which the function f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1 minus 1 over square root of 4 minus x square is differentiable? Let's determine the first derivative of f of x. F derivative of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1 means x minus 1 the power of negative 1 derivative minus 1 over square root of 4 minus x square means 4 minus x square the power of negative 1 over 2 derivative, which is equal to, taking negative 1 to the front, we will find negative 1 times x minus 1 the power of negative 1 minus 1 times the derivative of the stuff inside, that's the derivative of x minus 1, minus, again taking negative 1 over 2 to the front, we will find negative 1 over 2 times 4 minus x square the power of negative 1 over 2 minus 1 times the derivative of the expression inside the bracket, that's 4 minus x square derivative, which is equal to negative 1 times x minus 1 the power of minus 1 means minus 2 times the derivative of x is 1 minus the derivative of 1 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1 minus negative 1 over 2 means plus 1 over 2 times 4 minus x square the whole power of negative 1 over 2 minus 1 means negative 3 over 2 times the derivative of 4 is 0 minus the derivative of x square is 2x, which is equal to negative 1 times x minus 1 the power of negative 2 means negative 1 over x minus 1 the power of 2 plus 1 over 2 times 4 minus x square the power of negative 3 over 2 means 1 over 4 minus x square the power of 3 over 2 times 0 minus 2x means negative 2x, which is equal to negative 1 over x minus 1 the power of 2 plus 2 cross out by 2, we left with minus x divided by 4 minus x squared the power of 3 over 2. In the first term, x minus 1 should be different from 0, and in the second term, 4 minus x squared should be greater than 0. Since the index number is even, the stuff inside the radical must be positive, and at the same time it should be different from 0 since it's at the denominator. Thus x minus 1 different from 0 and 4 minus x squared greater than 0. Taking negative 1 to the other side of not equal sign, we'll find x should be different from 1, and taking minus x squared to the other side of inequality, we'll find 4 should be greater than x square, or x square should be less than 4. Taking the square root of both sides, square root of x square should be less than square root of 4. Square root of x square is absolute value of x, should be less than square root of 4 is 2. Absolute value of x less than 2, meaning negative 2 less than x less than 2. Let's represent this final expression in the number line. This is the number line. 0 is the center. Positive 2 means 2 units to the right of 0. And negative 2 means 2 units to the left of 0. The first solution, that's x different from 1, tells us that 1 is not part of the solution. And the less than sign in the second expression tells us that negative 2 and positive 2 are not part of the solution. Therefore, the solution set can be expressed as negative 2, 1 in the parentheses, union 1, 2. Thus, choice C is the correct answer. Question number 28. Which of the following is equal to sine inverse of sine 5 pi over 4? It's known that arc sine is positive in quadrant 1 and negative in quadrant 1, but doesn't exist in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. 5 pi over 4 is in quadrant 3, but arc sine is undefined in quadrant 3. Thus, first we have to find equivalent of 5 pi over 4 either in quadrant 1 or in quadrant 4, where the arc sine function is defined by using the formula sine pi plus theta is equal to negative sine theta. By the same analogy, sine 5 pi over 4 is equal to sine pi plus theta can be determined as 5 pi over 4 minus pi. Pi means 4 over 4 pi. 5 pi over 4 minus 4 over 4 pi means pi over 4. Sine pi plus pi over 4 is equal to negative sine pi over 4. Thus, sine inverse of sine 5 pi over 4 is equal to sine inverse of negative sine pi over 4. We can take negative to the front, we will find negative sine inverse of sine pi over 4. We know that sine inverse of sine x is equal to x as long as x is either in quadrant 1 or quadrant 4. Pi over 4 is in quadrant 1, thus sine inverse of sine pi over 4 becomes pi over 4. So negative 1 times sine pi over 4 is negative pi over 4. The correct answer is choice C. Question number 29. Which of the following is true about f of x is equal to negative 2 plus 3 sine 1 over 2x plus 3? The general formula for sine function is given by y is equal to a sine bx minus c plus d, where absolute value of a is equal to amplitude, that is the magnitude of a stretch or compression of the function in the vertical direction from its parent function, that's y is equal to sine x. Period is equal to 2 pi over absolute value of b is the horizontal distance over which the curve travels before it begins to repeat itself. 2 pi is the period of y is equal to sine x. Phase shift is equal to c over p is the distance of the horizontal translation of a function. Vertical shift is equal to d is the distance of a vertical translation of a function f. F of x is equal to negative 2 plus 3 sine 1 over 2x plus 3 can be rewritten as f of x is equal to 3 sine 1 over 2x minus negative 3 plus negative 2. Comparing this function with the general formula, we can figure out that a is equal to 3, b equal to 1 over 2, c equal to negative 3, and d is equal to negative 2. The vertical shift, that is d, is negative 2, meaning the midline of the parent function, that's y is equal to sine x, is shifted from y is equal to 0 down to y is equal to negative 2. Amplitude, which is equal to absolute value of a, is equal to 3, meaning the graph of a parent function, y is equal to sine x, is stretched in the vertical direction by 3 units. That's choice D is not true. The range, which is given as bracket d minus a, comma d plus a, which is equal to d is negative 2 minus a is 3, comma d is again negative 2 plus a is 3, which is equal to negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, comma negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Thus choice A is true. Phase shift is equal to c over b, which is equal to c is negative 3, divided by b is 1 over 2. Negative 3 divided by 1 over 2 means negative 3 times 2, which is equal to negative 6. That is, choice B is not true. Period, which is equal to 2 pi over absolute value of b, which is equal to 2 pi over 1 over 2. 2 pi over 1 over 2 means 2 pi times 2, which is equal to 4 pi. That's choice C again is not true. The correct answer is choice A. Question number 30. If the first and the fourth terms of a geometric progression are 3 and 81 respectively, what is the common ratio of this progression? The nth term of a geometric progression, g sub n, with first term g sub 1 and a common ratio r is given by the formula g sub n is equal to g sub 1 times r to the power of n minus 1. Let's identify the givens. G sub 4 is equal to 81 and g1 is equal to 3. Required is the common ratio r is equal to how much? G4 is equal to G1 times r to the power of 4 minus 1. G4 is given as 81, which is equal to G1, that's 3, times r to the power of 4 minus 1 is 3. Dividing both sides by 3, we will find 81 divided by 3 equal to 27, which is equal to 3r cubed divided by 3 is r cubed. 27 means 3 cubed, which is equal to r cubed, meaning r is equal to 3. So choice A is the correct answer. Question number 31. Let z sub 1 is equal to 2 plus I, z sub 2 is equal to 3 plus I, and z sub 3 is equal to 1 minus I. Then, what is the real and imaginary part of z sub 1 times z sub 2 times z sub 3? Z sub 1 times z sub 2 times z sub 3 is equal to z sub 1 times z sub 2 times z sub 3, which is equal to z sub 1 is 2 plus I times z sub 2 is 3 plus I times z sub 3, which is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times I is 2I, plus I times 3 is 3I, plus I times I is I square times z3, which is equal to 6 plus 2I plus 3I is 5I, plus I square is negative 1 times z3, which is equal to 6 plus negative 1 means 5, plus 5I, times z3 means 1 minus I, which is equal to 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times negative I is negative 5I, plus 5 times 5I times 1 is 5I, minus 5I times I is 5I square, which is equal to 5 minus 5I plus 5I is 0, minus 5 times I square is negative 1, which is equal to 5 plus 0I, minus 5 times negative 1 is plus 5, which is equal to 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 0I, hence the real part is 10 and the imaginary part is 0, so the right answer is choice A. Question number 32. What is the value of A and B if A plus 2I divided by 3I is equal to B plus I divided by 4? A plus 2I divided by 3I is equal to B plus I divided by 4. Multiplying crisscross, we will find A plus 2I times 4 is equal to 3I times B plus I. This implies 4 times A is 4A plus 4 times 2I is 8I is equal to 3I times B is 3BI plus 3I times I is 3I square. This implies 4A plus 8I is equal to 3BI plus 3 times I square means negative 1, which implies 4 plus 8I is equal to 3BI plus 3 minus I is negative 3I. Rearranging this right hand side expression, we will find 4 plus 8I is equal to negative 3 plus 3BI, that's bringing the real part to the front and the imaginary part to the back. Thus, this equation will be equal only when the real part at the left is equal to the real part at the right, and the imaginary part at the left is equal to the imaginary part at the right. Thus, 4A is equal to negative 3 and 8I is equal to 3BI. Dividing both sides by 4, we will find A is equal to negative 3 over 4. And dividing both sides by 3I, we will find B is equal to 8 over 3. So choice A is the correct answer. Question number 33. The volume of a cube is increased at a rate of 9 cm cubed per second. How fast is the surface area increased when the length of an edge is 10 cm? Let's identify the givens. The first given is dV by dt, that is the rate of increase in volume is equal to 9 cm cubed per second. And the length of the edge, let's say S, is equal to 10 cm. We are required to calculate the rate of increase of the surface area. That's the rate of increase of surface area, that's dA by dt is equal to how much? The volume V and the surface area A of a cube with a length of edge S is given by the formula. Volume is equal to S cube and area is equal to 6S square. Rewriting S in terms of A, we will find, dividing both sides by 6. 6S square divided by 6 is simply S square is equal to A divided by 6 is A over 6. Taking the square root of both sides, the square root of S square is S, which is equal to square root of A over 6, or S is equal to A over 6 to the power of 1 over 2. Substituting A over 6 to the power of 1 over 2 in place of S, the formula of volume becomes V is equal to A over 6 to the power of 1 over 2, the whole power of 3, which is equal to A over 6 to the power of 1 over 2 times 3 is 3 over 2. Taking the derivative of both sides, d by dt of V is equal to d by dt of A over 6 to the power of 3 over 2. d by dt of V means dV by dt, which is equal to, bringing 3 over 2 to the front, that's 3 over 2 times A over 6 to the power of 3 over 2 minus 1 times the derivative of the stuff inside the bracket, that's A over 6 derivative, dA by dt. This implies dV by dt is equal to 3 over 2 times A to the power of 3 over 2 minus 1 is 1 over 2 times the derivative of A over 6 is 1 over 6 times dA by dt. Substituting S square in place of A, we will find dV by dt is equal to 3 over 2 times 6S square divided by 6 to the power of 1 over 2 times 1 over 6 dA by dt. dV by dt is equal to 6 cross out by 6, by 3 1, by 3 2, so we left with 1 over 2s times 1 over 2 dA by dt. This implies dA by dt is equal to 1s times 1 is s divided by 2 times 2 is 4 dA by dt. Multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of coefficient of dA by dt, that's 4 over s, we will find 4 over s times s over 4 dA by dt is equal to dA by dt, which is equal to 4 over s times dV by dt is 4 over this dV by dt. This implies dA by dt is equal to, plugging the values in their appropriate position, we will find 4 divided by s is 10 times dV by dt is 9 cm cubed per second. This implies dA by dt is equal to 4 times 9 is 36 divided by 10 centimeter at the denominator, cross out 1 centimeter at the numerator, we left with centimeter square per second. This implies dA by dt is equal to 36 divided by 10 is 3.6 centimeter square per second. Thus, choice C is the correct answer. Question number 34. The maximum profit that a company can make if the profit function is given by P of x is equal to 36 plus 72x minus 18x square is. The maximum profit is achieved at the critical numbers. Critical numbers are those numbers where the derivative of P of x is equal to 0 or P of x doesn't exist. P of x is a polynomial function which is differentiable on all values of x, and his critical numbers are those numbers where P derivative of x is equal to 0. The derivative of 36 is 0, plus the derivative of 72x is 72, minus 18 times the derivative of x squared is 2x is equal to 0. 0 plus 72 is 72, minus 18 times 2x is 36s is equal to 0. Taking negative 36 to the other side of equality sign, we will find 72 is equal to 36x. Dividing both sides by 36, we will find 36x divided by 36 is x is equal to 72 divided by 36 is 2. That is, the maximum profit is achieved at x is equal to 2. So P of 2 is equal to 36 plus 72 times 2 minus 18 times 2 square, which is equal to 36 plus 72 times 2 is 144 minus 18 times 2 square is 4, which is equal to 36 plus 144 is 180 minus 18 times 4 is 72, which is equal to 180 minus 72 is 108. Hence, the right alternative is choice B. Question number 35. The equation of a tangent line to the graph f of x is equal to 3x over x minus 1 at 2, f of 2 is. To write the equation of the tangent line, we have to find f derivative at 2 and f of 2. Thus, first let's calculate f derivative of x. F derivative of x is equal to the derivative of the numerator, that's the derivative of 3x, is simply 3, times the denominator, x minus 1, minus the numerator, 3x, times the derivative of the denominator, x minus 1 derivative, divided by denominator square, that's x minus 1 square, is equal to 3 times x is 3x, minus 3 times 1 is 3, minus 3x times the derivative of x is 1, minus the derivative of 1 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, divided by x minus 1 the whole square, which is equal to 3x minus 3, minus 3x times 1 is 3x, divided by x minus 1 the whole square. 3x minus 3x is 0, so we left with negative 3, divided by x minus 1 the whole square. F derivative at 2 is equal to negative 3 divided by 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 squared is 1, which is equal to negative 3 over 1. Negative 3 divided by 1 is negative 3. So the slope is negative 3. To find the points of tangency, that's f of 2 is equal to 3 times 2 divided by 2 minus 1, which is equal to 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2 minus 1 is 1, 6 divided by 1 is 6. That's the point of tangency, that is 2, f of 2 is equal to 2, f of 2 is 6. So the equation of the tangent line with the slope m and point of tangency at x sub 1, y sub 1 is given by the formula y minus y sub 1 is equal to m into x minus x sub 1. In our scenario, x sub 1 is equal to 2 and y sub 1 is equal to 6. Plugging values to x sub 1 and y sub 1, we will find y minus 6 is equal to negative 3, that's the slope, times x minus 2. Y minus 6 is equal to negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is plus 6. Taking negative 6 to the other side of equality, we will find y is equal to negative 3x plus 6 plus 6. This implies y is equal to negative 3x plus 6 plus 6 is 12. Taking negative 3x to the other side of equality, we will find y plus 3x is equal to 12. So choice D is the correct answer. Question number 36. Which of the following is not true about the scalar product of vectors? Let's see some of the properties of scalar product of vectors. Scalar product is distributive over addition of vectors. That's choice A is true. The scalar product of two vectors is commutative. That is choice C is true. The scalar product of two vectors A and B is given by the formula A times B is equal to magnitude of A times magnitude of B cos theta. If the two lines are parallel, that's theta is equal to 0 degree, then cos theta, that means cos 0 is equal to 1. Hence, the scalar product A dot B is equal to magnitude of A times magnitude of B times 1. Magnitude of A times magnitude of B times 1 is simply magnitude of A times magnitude of B. The scalar product of a non-zero vectors is not 0. That is, choice D is not true. If the two vectors are parallel, theta is equal to 90 degree, then cos theta is equal to 0. Hence, vector A times vector B is equal to magnitude of A times magnitude of B times cosine 90, that is 0. These products give 0. Thus the scalar product of perpendicular vectors is 0. So choice B is also true. So the correct answer is choice D. Question number 37. Which of the following is not true about transformation? The following are the facts about transformation. Rotation, reflection, and translations are all rigid motions. Thus, choice A is true, but choice B is not true. Translation is a rigid motion that occurs when a body simply slides and maintains its direction. That's choice D is true. Rotations are movements around the center point where the distance from that point is maintained. That's choice C is also true. Reflections are flips over a line where distance from the line is maintained. So the correct answer is choice B. Question number 38. What is the image of ellipse x minus 3 the whole square divided by 6 plus y minus 2 the whole square divided by 4 is equal to 1 when it's rotated through 90 degrees about the origin? The center of ellipse is x minus 3 the whole square divided by 6 plus y minus 2 the whole square divided by 4 is equal to 1 is 3, 2. The rule for rotation by 90 degrees about the origin is x, y gives us negative y, x. Hence, the rotation of 3, 2 by 90 degrees about the origin is negative 2, 3. This implies x ellipse becomes y ellipse. So the equation of the ellipse becomes x minus negative 2 the whole square divided by 4 plus y minus 3 the whole square divided by 6 is equal to 1. This implies x minus negative 2 means x plus 2 the whole square divided by 4 plus y minus 3 the whole square divided by 6 is equal to 1. Multiplying both sides of the equation by 24, we will find 24 divided by 4 is 6 times x plus 2 the whole square plus 24 divided by 6 is 4 times y minus 3 the whole square is equal to 24 times 1 is 24. Thus, the answer is choice A. Question number 39. A real number A is the limit of a sequence A7 if limit A7 n approaches to infinity is equal to A, then all elements of the sequence get arbitrarily close to A as n approaches to a very big number. Thus, choice B is the correct answer. That's all for this episode. If you like this presentation, just make one favor for me. Subscribe, like and share this YouTube page. Goodbye.